Did World War II secretly kickstart one of the most extreme trucking industries in the world? You probably think road trains exist because of Australia's vast outback and endless desert highways, and you wouldn't be wrong. But what if I told you their origins trace back to one of the most chaotic conflicts in human history? That's right, the road trains we see today, thundering across the outback with multiple trailers in tow, actually have their roots in World War II military logistics. How did a war fought across Europe, Africa, and the Pacific lead to the rise of these mechanical giants? Why did Australia, of all places, become ground zero for this revolution? And most importantly, how did road trains go from wartime necessity to the backbone of Australia's transportation industry? Let's dive deep into the story of how World War II changed the game forever and turned Australia into the road train capital of the world. During World War II, moving massive amounts of supplies across rough, unforgiving landscapes became a nightmare for military forces. Railways were limited, traditional trucks couldn't handle the loads over long distances, and air transport was simply too expensive and impractical. The military needed a game changer, and the existing solutions were falling short. The war effort depended on a reliable means of delivering fuel, ammunition, medical supplies, and rations to troops stationed in remote battlefronts. Convoys of traditional trucks were inefficient, consuming too much fuel, requiring too many drivers, and struggling against harsh environmental conditions. The idea was simple. Instead of using multiple trucks to haul small loads, why not link several trailers to a single powerful prime mover? This way, military forces could move more cargo using fewer vehicles and less fuel, a crucial advantage in wartime logistics. This concept was revolutionary at the time. Engineers and military strategists quickly began to experiment with different configurations, testing the limits of how much weight a single truck could tow without compromising performance and safety. The results would redefine long-haul transportation forever. While road trains were being tested in various parts of the world, Australia became ground zero for their real-world application. The country's vast outback had always posed a challenge for transportation. With war raging and the need for reliable transport growing, the Australian Army began experimenting with multi-trailer configurations. The war effort had stretched Australia's existing infrastructure to the limit, forcing military engineers to develop new solutions tailored to the country's unique challenges. One of the earliest and most famous wartime road trains was the AEC road train, developed by the British and used extensively in North Africa. This beast of a vehicle pulled multiple trailers filled with fuel, ammunition, and other critical supplies. It was slow, underpowered by today's standards, and barely protected against the elements. But it worked. More importantly, it demonstrated the practicality of moving large loads using fewer prime movers, an idea that would later shape Australia's commercial trucking industry. Another major contribution came from the United States with heavy-duty trucks like the Macno and Diamond T 980/981. Though these weren't technically road trains, their ability to tow multiple trailers inspired future designs. American-built trucks found their way to Australia under the Lend-Lease Act, providing a foundation for the early development of road train systems. The combination of British, American, and Australian engineering expertise during the war laid the groundwork for what would become a defining feature of Australian logistics. If you think modern road trains have it rough, imagine hauling thousands of gallons of fuel across the endless deserts of North Africa under constant threat of enemy fire. British and Australian forces quickly realized that traditional supply convoys were easy targets and highly inefficient. The solution? Fewer trucks, longer hauls, and bigger payloads. Road trains became the backbone of military logistics in these regions. They carried everything from fuel and water to weapons and medical supplies. Their ability to transport large amounts of cargo over extreme distances gave Allied forces a massive tactical advantage. The harsh desert environment of North Africa was the perfect testing ground for the resilience and practicality of road trains. Their success in these extreme conditions proved that this transport method was not just feasible, but essential. When World War II ended, the need for efficient long-haul transport didn't disappear. In fact, Australia's booming mining and agriculture industries needed a way to transport massive loads across the outback. The war had proven that road trains worked, but they needed to be adapted for civilian use. Wartime engineering advancements, combined with surplus military vehicles, gave Australian entrepreneurs the tools they needed to revolutionize domestic transportation. Enter Kurt Johansson, a bush mechanic with a vision. He had witnessed the government's use of road trains during the war and saw their potential for commercial transport. He was challenged to build a truck that could haul 100 cattle at once, 5 times the usual load. With financial backing, Johansson built the first true post-war road train. Nicknamed Bertha, Johansson's road train used a World War II surplus Diamond T tank carrier as the prime mover, pulling multiple self-tracking trailers. This innovation revolutionized the transport industry, allowing companies to haul massive loads with fewer trips, less fuel, and reduced costs. Johansson's creation marked the beginning of a new era, proving that road trains were not just a wartime necessity, but a commercially viable solution to Australia's logistical challenges. From these early experiments, the road train industry exploded. Innovations kept coming, with companies designing more powerful trucks and advanced trailers to improve efficiency. The AEC road train, used by the Australian government in the 1930s and 1940s, set the foundation, but newer models outperformed their wartime predecessors. The introduction of high horsepower engines, better braking systems, and reinforced trailers allowed road trains to grow longer and heavier. Today, Australia leads the world in road train technology. These behemoths can haul over 500 tons, stretch over 50 meters long, and dominate the highways of the outback. And it all started with World War II. The lessons learned from wartime logistics have directly influenced modern transport innovations, making road trains an irreplaceable part of Australia's economy. While World War II sparked the road train industry, modern innovations are pushing it even further. In 2023, Janus launched the world's first battery-electric triple road train with a 620 kilowatt-hour battery. Weighing a staggering 170 tons, this monster proves that road trains aren't just a relic of war. They're evolving. With advancements in automation, AI-driven logistics, and electric power, road trains are entering a new era. But none of this would have happened without the desperate need for a transport solution during World War II. The future of road trains looks brighter than ever thanks to the innovations born from wartime necessity. World War II forced engineers, mechanics, and military strategists to rethink logistics. The result? A transport system that went from being a battlefield necessity to a commercial powerhouse. Every time you see a massive road train roaring across the Australian outback, remember, it exists because of a war fought decades ago. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe for more incredible stories about machines that move the world. Thanks for watching.